Oh, you need them. Okay. So Libby is a corn-fed, cornbread, people-loving marketer living her best life in Chicago, Illinois. Give it up for Libby.
All right. Move it. All right. That's good. All right. From grit to grease to grime to gum under the table, I've done it all, having worked as a waitress throughout college and a promo model on and off over the years. And today I'd like to talk about things I learned and observed while waiting tables and how I apply these learnings today. So first, I'd like to talk about communication skills. A fleeting skill as we get older, but as a waitress, you have to be an attentive listener, answer questions the customer might have, and communicate customer needs to the cooking staff. A couple of key communication points I learned are the importance of voicing your needs. No, I can't tell by your mere presence that you have a stomach-wrenching gluten allergy, but now that I've taken your order, given it to the cooking staff, and they've prepared the gluten-intensive meal, there probably would have been a better time to let us know. Second, how to address people. Would you snap your fingers at your boss, wave to get your parents' attention from across the room? Probably not, so I'm not sure why. Or would get my attention when you could use my name. Civilized dialogue. Now that you have my attention, you need to learn how to speak to people. Yelling at your boss isn't going to get you that promotion. Yelling at your boyfriend isn't going to get you that ring. Maybe it will. But it surely isn't going to make a waitress run over to correct your order, remember who's serving your food. Lastly, how to talk your way out of or completely dodge creeps. 1, I have a boyfriend. 2, no, I'm not old enough to take that. 3, simply running out of the room. I think anybody that's worked in the service industry will agree that you obtain a ton of professional transferable skills while being a waitress. It's prepared me for the real world, from more complex learnings to something as simple as writing things down. No worse feeling than getting to the computer to put in an order, forgetting, and sulking back to the family of 8's table to retake their order, much like leaving a board meeting wondering, was that an April 10th deadline? Or was that a Mr. or Mrs. Rubenstein? Anticipating needs before they arise, noting a glass that's half full and coming back to refill it, or thinking of a campaign for a client that you think would be timely and beneficial, making sure to write it down, and anticipate that need before asking is sure to garner success. Learning to work under pressure. Nothing quite like having a full section, a line out the door, a backed up kitchen, hair's on fire, that screams frenzy. But you learn to breathe, smile, work through it, and manage your responsibilities. Networking doesn't have to be awkward as fuck. Spent the majority of my time chatting with new and loyal customers about everything from personal stories to professional goals, some of which even landed me my first jobs. It's wonderful what connections you can create and W-2s you can sign when your convos come from a place of authenticity. Next, I learned about the value of hard work. When you're scheduled for 2 back-to-back 10-hour shifts that you tend to feel something like this. Waiting tables is physical work. Some days you forget what it feels like to sit down, so some days you pull a chair to take an order. So you remember, oh yes, I do have ass cheeks. Serving taught me the value of sweat equity. You suck it up, work hard, and show your worth. Speaking of worth, compensation. Know the value of your work, whether it's receiving an adequate salary or a raise. Be conscious of the energy that you give and the value that's behind it. Next, we have human fucking decency, yes. You guys have it. I've come to be considerate of other people's time and space. The most anxiety-ridden period in any restaurant is the last 10 minutes before you close the doors. But there's always that one special asshole who comes up right before you lock the doors that wants to come in for a full meal. So you sit there, you wait while they mull over the menu, they sit on their phone, catching up on the news, which Lord knows could take forever. And finally they go home. Please just do us all a favor. Heat up a Hot Pocket. See you tomorrow. Next is the most important thing for me, practicing patience. Not because I'm an impatient person or anything, but because you learn that people are always going to put put you off, put you down, but by being patient, you learn to work through that negativity. Rather than running away from it. Running away from your problems is next to impossible as a server. Everybody sees you drop that tray, but you address it, work hard, and learn from your mistakes. Last but certainly not least, no customer is less important than the next. Don't be a dick. Treat everybody with respect, kindness, empathy, understanding, and I think that's something we all can agree we need a little bit more of in this world. Thank you.